Hi, this is just a short video discussing some of the expectations for Crim 615. So let's get going. So first, let's talk about the course syllabus, schedule, and due dates. First of all, there's several places in Canvas that you can download the syllabus. I highly suggest printing a copy, and the syllabus contains not only the course information, it gives you the readings weekly, it gives you what the assignments are, and then it gives you the due dates. So I highly suggest that you take the time to print this. Second, this is a hybrid, but also online courses. There's a few little tips. First of all, you need to check your email every day, just in case I send you an email. Just quickly, I have a video that shows you how you can have that email turned to a text, and that might help along the way. It's also expected that you log into the course frequently, particularly to check and see if there were any announcements. You should be going through each section and reading all the different parts so you know exactly what is expected of you. I do suggest working ahead, and that doesn't mean that you're like 3 weeks ahead, but don't wait till the last minute to do your readings and assignments. One of the reasons is that sometimes online is finicky, whether it's your internet connection or it's Ferris or it's Canvas. So it can come from 3 different places. But if you work ahead and you have your paper done, 2 things. One is then if the system goes down, you have the ability to email it to me on time. Second, then it also then prevents you from getting too far behind, because let's say that your internet goes out and you haven't even started it. Well, even if I allow you to do it and the class keeps moving forward, then you're behind. So try and keep updated, but the best is to work ahead. It is mandatory when you're taking master's classes, as well as teaching or having courses taught online or in a hybrid format, that you have an updated laptop that's a Windows like 10, not a Windows 2. You need a working webcam. If your laptop doesn't have it, go buy one. And you have to have good audio. If you have tech problems, you call IT, or you can email them. There's the number, 231-591-4822. E-learning issues has to do with Canvas and what's within Canvas. You can call e-learning. But I also want to say that in Canvas, when you go to the red sidebar, at the bottom there's a help button. And if you click on that, you can get on a chat. And sometimes, I mean, every time I've used it, they've answered within 10 minutes. And sometimes they can resolve issues that even e-learning can't have. And I have had a lot of success using that chat online. Finally, if you have any course issues, like you don't understand something, then just email me and I will help you along. And it didn't change. There we go. So the other big thing is how you write your papers and how you format them. So it is expected on the master's level that now you know how to use APA. If you have not learned how to use APA, I highly suggest you buy the book, and I would buy the 7th edition. In there, then they give you how to set up all your references. And one of the things that is required is that your papers are 1-inch margins all the way around. You use Times New Roman typeset. Your font is 12 point, which I don't have listed. You're double spaced, and then you have page numbers that are in the top right hand corner. And obviously you have a reference page. So for help, if you need to figure out how to do this, you can use the APA manual. That's my go-to. But I've included Who Knew It videos in your first section, and those are up to date with 7th edition. And those are they're quick and they're very helpful. The other place to go is run by Purdue, and it's called Purdue OWL. So if you Google that, it will allow you. And then when you go to that website, then you can pick APA. The big thing is in the master's level, you have your schedule. Once you download your syllabus, you have everything there. Your assignments must be turned in on the due date. I have found that when you start a pattern of waiting till the last minute, you run into problems. So you're in charge of your own time management. And so our class is on Monday. And so assignments are due at 6 p.m. before class, even if it's online. So you now know that that's when everything's due. So time manage accordingly, even if you have a job, so that you're not writing your paper on Monday. Write your paper on a different day, and then you can proofread, make any changes you want. If you have any questions, you can email me, and then you can upload it on time. But please turn it in on the due date and due time. In your papers and your PowerPoints, this is a little different from APA. In-text sites would be where you use the author, the year, but I want you to use the page number for both ideas from your books that you're taking, as well as quotes. And there's 2 reasons. One, if I'm confused about what you're saying, then I can go exactly to what you're citing. Second is when you take comps, you're really not going to remember the little things that you wrote, and you might be confused. And now you can go back and study, and you have those page numbers where you got the material from. I do not require a title page or running header, which is part of APA. So there's one thing you have some relief with. Also, when you write your assignment, make sure you answer the question completely. Usually I have several questions, so you want to make sure you answer each one. And if you feel better doing subheadings, I do not take off for that. If you want to put each part of the question and then answer it, that's fine. I don't care. Use all the readings that are in that section. Do not use outside sources unless I say so. I want to see if you comprehend the material that you have been assigned. Third is cite the ideas from the authors and the quotes with a page number. So even if you're paraphrasing, you're using a page number. And then ultimately, make sure your paper is formatted correctly, APA 6th or 7th edition. Finally, the last question that comes up, how do you grade? Well, I do have rubrics for all the writing assignments and the discussion boards, and they give you the ideas of what I'm looking for. But to really summarize, I'm looking for people that answer the questions completely. And that means that they give the details. So if the question asks you, tell me about social bonding theory, you would explain who the theorist is, what the tenets are of the theory, or the specific components that make that theory. And then what is the research saying of the strength of that theory? And those are part of your readings that you have for each section. Make sure you cite the ideas and you use APA formatting. I look for that. I downgrade if you don't. You should have a reference page that's labeled references, works cited as MLA, and you follow the APA format for journals, books, website, whatever. And that's what's really good about having the APA manual. because you can find the website and then literally set your reference up by copying the format that's in the book. Big thing is at this level, I expect you to do the proofreading. You should look for your grammar, your sentence structure, spelling errors, typo errors, etc. We all make them. I know that I write a lot for journals, and when we're doing manuscripts, I am always surprised after several of my co-authors and I proofread that even in the proofs, there are spelling errors. So a lot of times you get used to reading your own work and you miss your own errors. One of the ways to resolve this, and I said this in the slide before, is to do your paper a little early so that then you can reread it the next day, and sometimes you pick up your own errors. If you are not as strong of writer as you would like to be, there is help available online through the Writing Center at Ferris, but you have to be working ahead so that you can send them your paper, and I don't know, you'll have to check with them a couple of days before it's due, because it takes them a couple of days to proofread it and make suggestions. So ultimately, that's a few tips for this class, and enjoy.